Okay, we're back. All right, guys. Sorry I had issues today. Again, it's been funny, this whole YouTube thing. Apparently, I was in my kitchen today eating lunch, and all of a sudden my phone started buzzing like crazy, and all kinds of notifications coming in. And Zach, you're live, but there's no audio or video. We're not seeing anything. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm at my kitchen table eating lunch. Apparently, YouTube just started recording. It like opened up everything and decided to record. I'm not kidding you. This happened. I'm at my kitchen table, and all you guys are basically emailing me and saying, "Hey, we have see your feed, but there's no audio, there's no video." And I'm like, "What? I'm not even in my office." I left my computer on, and all these, you guys saw blank screen, but you could hear me. And then eventually I come into my office, and I'm like, sure as shooting, it's actually recording. Oh my gosh. So I started closing everything down, and then it went blank. And it did that for 6 minutes. It was recording for 6 minutes. How it turned on by itself, I have no idea. It's the days we live in, I guess, obviously, and technology is fantastic. So anyway, listen, right now, I want you to go to, so there's these things that I can't describe them on the video because I'll be penalized and be sent to the equivalent of the internet Siberia if I say certain things on my channel, and that there's these things, that when you, yeah, there you go, like that, okay. And so there was an elderly widow who contacted me a couple weeks ago, and she is down in Fort Smith, and she contacted me. She says, Zach, I have some of these things I want to sell. They belong to my father, and they belong to my late husband, and I just know I can trust you. Could you help me? I said, you know what? I'll do that. And so I went down to Fort Smith, and I took some pictures, and I took some video and of these things that I could sell for her. And it's these things. And they're on my website right now, inamericanhomestead.com. Serious inquiries only. Go check those out. I'm going to make different plugs on that for the next couple days. Now, these are mostly antiques from years past that she has there. Some of them are in fantastic condition, definitely relics, pieces of history, world history. And so if you're interested in something like, there's actually a couple new ones that are there. But yeah, and so here's the deal. If you decide that you want one of these, I will arrange it with someone who I trust in Fort Smith who has possession of these right now, and then you can show up to him and he can make payment. But you have to contact me first, okay? Contact me first. Anyway, what's going on with the world today? It just seems funny because there's certain things you can't say, right? Certain things you can't say. It just seems funny that they stopped counting last night, and then all of a sudden this morning, on the doorstep appears 200,000 paper thingies. I can't say certain words because they'll get, the algorithm will shut me down, and they're going to shut me down anyway. The last video I did got immediately demonetized. And anyway, so it's just all of a sudden you wake up the next morning and poof, 200,000 of these paper thingies delivered by mail. Huh. I wonder how these got here. Oh, look, and they're all for one person. They only have one person's name on them. One candidate. Isn't that just nice? I think we'll count all these. That's what they're doing in Wisconsin right now. And same thing in other places too. I don't want to say too many different states. It's just weird. I have to be like this. So there's this other program coming out, a new app coming out. It's called Lighthouse. And I've tried different things throughout the past. I'm not going to give up on YouTube because I do make money from YouTube. Unlike Facebook, that's why I quit Facebook, because Facebook wasn't helping my business at all. In fact, it was actually hurting my business. And so I decided to just cancel that and move over to stay with YouTube for now. But I have high hopes with Lighthouse. And it's supposed to combine YouTube with Facebook and Etsy. YouTube, Facebook, and Etsy. And it seems like right now they're ready to launch. I saw the software. They showed me the software. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely fantastic. I was really impressed by what they showed me. And I am excited. I think they're going to include me on their beta launch, and then they're going to have a soft launch, and then they're going to have a hard launch. And they're ready to go, it seems like. However, they're trying to jump through all the legal hoops. They have some really good investors and people behind this, but they're trying to jump through the legal hoops because the one part that's the hang-up is the Etsy side. It's not Etsy, Facebook, or YouTube, but they want to combine a different social media platform to combine all of the abilities of those three platforms into one. So the abilities of Facebook, the abilities of YouTube, and the abilities of Etsy, but without the censorship. I hope that makes sense. And so the issue they're having with right now, from what I understand, is the Etsy side of it. They're having to jump through all kinds of state legal hoops because of the Etsy e-commerce side, and there's a lot of legal wrangling that they're having to get through. But once they figure that out, and they're working hard on that, I guess they have lawyers and accountants and all kinds of things that are trying to go through that. Anyway, they're approaching a number of creators for their beta launch who want to be included in that, and I said absolutely, I want part of that. And there's some other people that they're creators that they've approached to some other, I don't know who all they are, but there's some other ones that are trying to approach for the beta launch and then for the soft launch. So I'm excited about it. I don't know. At some point, it may not be them. And I told them this. I said, it may not be you guys. Your thing may not catch on. I think it looks fantastic. I mean, they showed me the software. It looks amazing. But it may not be them. And if it's not them, it will be somebody, because nature abhors a vacuum. They hate it when liberty, and they hate it when their liberty is being infringed upon. People hate that. And that's what we see today. We're seeing infringement upon our liberties, upon our free speech. And if such and such actually does get put into the, what's the word for white in Russian? Blanco? I think it's Blanco. House. The censorship is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse on social media. Nature abhors a vacuum, and so something will come about to change what we have today. It has to, because people in Americans are generally love their rights and their liberties. And even that's why people are leaving California. But even though they're voting to make the rest of the United States blue, they're leaving California because they hate their rights being infringed upon. But they don't realize that it's their voting that got them, the bed that they're now laying in. Anyway, all that to say, Zach, why are you talking about politics? Because here's the deal: homesteading is politics. They're trying to regulate, They're trying to regulate your well water, your rainwater. They're trying to regulate your livestock. They're trying to regulate your garden seeds. They're trying to regulate every single aspect of homesteading. They're trying to regulate your wood stoves. Everything about homesteading is regulated now. It's all about politics. And so if you're just going to do this, and, put your head in the sand about politics, and you're a homesteader, and you say, I just want homesteading stuff. Yeah, we can do homesteading stuff, and we're going to do some more of that. I was out recording a video today. But the issue is that this stuff matters, especially for homesteaders, because if you want to be able to do the things that you do on a homestead, you need to have a voice. You need to have a voice. Okay. So yeah, go check out AnAmericanHomestead.com. Not only that, but it's good to understand where my website is, because what happens if they took me down tomorrow? What happens if they took me down off social media? What if social media really starts cracking down like they could, and starts getting rid of anything that they thought was, hate speech or whatever? I could be gone tomorrow. So you need to know where my website is. It's AnAmericanHomestead.com. And I do keep it sort of updated, but I just updated today with about a number of these things being for sale in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And there's pictures and there's video there on that link article. Go there, check it out. And if you're interested, if you're a serious buyer only, please send me a message. Send me an email at the contact form, and I will get you. I will figure out a way to get those to you, and you can buy them. First come, first serve, and that's it. So, but I'm trying to make some money here for an elderly widow. She contacted me. She had these, and she wanted to sell them. So there you go. I'm trying to do a favor for someone. So there you go. What's next? Let's look at the chat room here. Chat room. We'd love to get out of New Jersey, but where to? I have no idea. Anywhere but New Jersey. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's a good reason to be local in Missouri. Yep. The American people are hallmarked with complacency, will be unhappy, then accept it, then obvious, accept obvious fraud to take the, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm watching this all go on, and I have no idea what it is I'm watching. I don't know. And I can't believe that there are people out there who can't believe you'd vote for one, and there's a whole other set of people who can't believe you'd vote for the other, because to them it's just so obvious. But I think it's just a lack of morality in this country. We have gotten so far away from the Bible. People hate God's word, and they don't understand that the founding documents had, and I don't care what you say about the Illuminati and all these Freemasons and all. I get it. But the reality is those documents were fortified with the Bible and a sense of morality, a sense of right and wrong. And we don't have that today anymore. It's gone. Absolutely gone. And, it's just, they say they hate this or they hate that, but what they really hate is people who love God's word. And I don't know. Well, I don't know. All right, I just wanted to do a quick video just to give you my thoughts on what's going on. I actually had a friend who messaged me, and she is at the counting center in Michigan where they're having the count, and they're locking out all of the election challengers, all the election people who are supposed to watch over to make sure there's a fair election. They've locked all of them out. You've probably seen the room on the news. If you're watching the news, it's that room with all the glass windows, like the concave glass windows, and all the people on the outside. They're not allowing any of those people. Those are all the election challengers, the people who make sure that all the votes are counted and counted correctly. For example, when a vote comes in from the military, it's a fax vote, and they send it. They can send it via fax for a mail-in ballot, and it's up to an election worker to copy down what's on that fax to a ballot and then submit it. Well, how do you know they're copying it down correctly? You have election people who look over the shoulder of those people and who say, okay, it says this, you write down this, it says that, you write down that, and to make sure that that ballot is submitted is actually what the fax that came in, what it said. And so things like that. Those people have been taken out. They're not in that room right now. It's the big glass room. You're probably seeing on the news in Michigan. I have a friend who is actually there on site and who was Marcoing me and showing me that. Anyway, interesting stuff. Who knows what's going on? But it looks like to me that we're going to have a change, maybe in Washington for this next 4 years. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. A lot of you guys are into preparedness. And the reason why a lot of homesteaders talk about preparedness is because when you push preparedness to its logical conclusion, you end up on a homestead. And that's where we're at. I'm on a homestead. And I'm preparing because I think that hard times are coming, hard economic times. I think massive hyperinflation is coming, and times are going to get tough. We Americans are so used to having the easy life because so many of the people in our past generations worked so hard to give us that life. And now we don't know what it means to live through difficult times. But if you look throughout world history and you look throughout the people in the rest of the world, they go through hard times pretty often. And chances are we're going to go through some of that. And most of us are not ready. Most of us don't know what it means to go without a meal. Most of us don't know what it means to go without, brand new clothes on our children or on ourselves, or not driving the latest lease vehicle, or having a plush office, or having air conditioning. My goodness, you take away someone's air conditioning and watch them go crazy. But we don't know what it means to live without those things. And we might be finding out. I'm just saying, if you look throughout history, chances are we've been really lucky. When you look throughout the timetables of history, we've been really lucky. So that may be running out. Well, we've been really blessed. I don't like the word lucky. I don't like that. I like we've been really blessed to not have known those things. But I think that's about to change. Okay. All right. We're going to leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to give you my thoughts as we're watching all the news roll in. But go over to anamericanhomestead.com. Check out these that are for sale. I'm helping an elderly widow in Fort Smith. If you're interested, contact me via the website. I'd be happy to get those sold so that I can help her out and give her some much needed money for her finances. Okay, so there you go. See you next time in the Homestead. Bye.